Hello and welcome to our latest edition of our Fast Lap series, where today we're going to be taking this GT40 out on track. Now if you recognise it, it's because you've seen our video that came out the other day documenting it and all of the details of why it's an amazing machine. If you haven't, the link is in our description, but otherwise, let's hit the track. Wow, what a machine. I mean, I knew from when we drove it the other day that this thing was going to be special, but really going for it, and when you put the helmet on and that door shuts and that gurney bump over here basically locks my helmet in place, this thing felt so special. It actually astounds me, that view down the bonnet. I just try and think about doing 200 miles an hour down the Mulsanne Straight in one of these cars. What an experience that must have been. And here on our little track at Rockingham, with a greasy surface, it was no less exciting or terrifying than I have had in other cars before. This is one special machine, although I have to say the balance is so easy to manage. I mentioned in the car that actually on turn-in, you've got a little bit of push if you go in and just roll into the corner on this greasy surface. But then as soon as you get the car rotated mid-corner, whether that's with the brakes or whether it's because you've just chucked it in a bit, then the car's really able to just balance on power. I was going to say on throttle. It's electric motors, of course. And with 800 Newton meters of torque, I imagine this thing is going to be an enormous handful. I have to say, and you might have noticed that during our lap, it did cap the power a bit at moments because it's not running at its maximum potential just yet. And of course, there's still a bit of tuning to be done. And that's also true for the suspension as well. Apparently this thing's going to get electric suspension. So that slight body roll, that slight softness to the suspension, you might see that disappear a little bit, and this car is going to be razor sharp. And Everrati has said that they'll bring this car back when the weather allows, and we're going to do a proper time lap, not just with the GT40, but also with the electric Porsche that they've made as well. I think we can all agree that's worth subscribing for. See you soon.